So Bear Tower Defense, a game that's been worked on for over a year now, releasing on March 28th. And I believe it is the final game of the Bear franchise, so I guess we're not getting any more Bear games. But hopefully, this game doesn't fall off like how Bear started. Anyways, let's see how great Bear Tower Defense is. So joining the game in the lobby already looks amazing. And as a recording, there's a free party release skin for Bear. So of course there's gonna be skins in this game, and there's a feature where you can combine skins into a higher rarity. Wait a minute, does that mean there's gambling in this game?
Open them. You can open up one at a time, or 5 or 10.
Yes, there is. I mean, you should expect that from most tower defense games on Roblox. At least you don't have to gamble for the actual towers themselves. And speaking of towers, the towers we currently have are Bear, Buckethead, Sam, Physic, Big Cheese, and Cheese Lord. There's also towers that require you to have a higher level, such as Cheese Factory, Rockstar, Electra Sam, and the Hype Beast. There's also a feature where you can feed your buddies, allowing them to level up and have active perks. There's also achievements in this game, and of course microtransactions. And there's even items you can use in rounds. Anyways, I'll show you gameplay of what happens in the Bear Tower Defense rounds. Unexpectedly joined by my friend William. So starting off the bat, and we're already introduced to a new character named Jim. Jim basically guides you throughout the waves, telling you what enemies are to come next. But Jim isn't going to guide you today, I am. So the first few waves, not too bad, just like any other tower defense game. But the enemies during the first few waves are going to be Bob, Fast Bob, and Big Bob. And of course some enemies are going to require your towers to be upgraded, such as Balloon Bob, Boo, and the Armored Bob. There's also these spider-looking bobs that split apart once you deal enough damage to them. But once we reach wave 10, we're dealt with the first mini-boss, that being the Woblin, which does this when you kill it. And on wave 18, there's also another mini-boss called Mega. And then the third mini-boss on wave 21 is called Mega Slow, which is like Mega, but slower. Now I want to give a quick mention to a familiar mechanic seen in the original Bear games, that being the puzzles, which can have you playing the scary maze game, or Crossy Road, or a memory game. There's even a cowboy shootout, and all sorts of other mini-games. But the thing about these puzzles is that once you complete them, you'll gain Cell Charge, which can give you extra cheese. Now furthermore, on wave 17, we ended up losing. So we tried again, and again, but we still lost. This was on easy mode, by the way, accompanied by a friend that had Sam, so I decided to quit. So eventually I did return to this game, but this time by myself. But I was actually able to win this time, surprisingly, with only Bear and Buckethead. Now I would have talked more about Bear Tower Defense, but it's taken me too long to edit this video, so like in the intro, I'll also be covering over the Bear Easter event. So the bear Easter event is not really big in content, but it does have some skins that are pretty interesting. They even brought back Bog and Egglord, which for some reason had another remake. But the old remake was so much better. You cannot change my mind. But anyways, the other skins that are added in the Bear Easter event are Chocolate, Beeps, Rabbit, and Butterfly. There's also a badge skin called Moai, which you can get from doing an egg hunt. Like how back in the 2025 Halloween events, there's the Riddling Scavenge, where you find 6 goals and get the skeleton bear. Now I would tell you where the Easter eggs are, but the Easter events already ended, so there's no going back. But anyways, I'm gonna end the video right now because I took too long to edit this video and I'm getting tired of it. So sorry about that, but anyways, bye now.